Hello everybody, Toxic TD here, and welcome to a series that I have just been putting off for way too freaking long. Welcome everybody to Total Drama Redemption Resort. First off, one of the things we are going to be doing, recapping each and every one of the teams. We got the Reject Raccoons, basically the underdog team. Because they either have been robbed in previous seasons, or they can improve. So we got the Crazy Izzy, Noah the Schemer, Bet the Girl Scout, Mike with his personal personalities, the Gamer Sam, the Wannabe Topher, the Survivalist Axel, and the Bookworm Millie. Down to Alienated Aliens. Sorry, it's a tongue twister. This is mainly characters that are not particularly liked by their fellow fans or their fellow competitors. The BFFLs, Katie and Sadie, the evil twin, Amy, the beatboxer, Beardo, the LARPer, Leonard, YouTubers Chase and Emma, and then Scaregirl. Next is Rob Royalty, the Jock Tyler, the Cadet Brick, Geek Cody, Fashionista Amaria, Silent B, the Good Twin Sammy, the Princess Ella, and then the movie star Nichelle. Next up we got the Derailed Deer, Pretty Boy Justin, Musician Trent, the host Blanley, the R Whisperer Dawn, the bully Eva, the germaphobe Dave, the homeschool Ezekiel, and then the Love Struck farm boy Rodney. And let's get into it. You guys can see each team. This will be a particularly long video, so I don't know if you guys are gonna be sticking around or not, but I will be doing stuff like this for a while. And let's get into it. So, first challenge, it'll be basically last person to stand up. And here's the thing. Here's some people that are gonna be good at this. Sam and Topher for the Reject Raccoons will probably be the best at just lounging around. Cause Sam would probably be playing on his game guy, while Topher is just sunbathing. On the aliens, I think majority of their team would do good in this challenge, since this is a resort-based season. Raw the Royalty, I think the best two people for this challenge will be Anne Maria and Nichelle, because Anne Maria is not shown to be very athletic, and she can be lazy when it comes to it. And then the next is Derailed Deer. The only person the two people that probably best would be Justin, just because he has been shown to be very lazy, and Blanley, who would try to talk strategy with Justin, but Justin just blowing her off. So nothing. I feel like Leonard would get up and try and show some of his magic, which Katie and Sadie find very entertaining. So these three make a somewhat alliance. Chase will try to talk with Emma, with Emma just getting mad at him. But all in all, I think the alienated aliens would lose first. That's because I think Amy would basically throw the challenge for her team. And here, I'm sorry, but all in all, I think it a 7-1 vote. I'm sorry, Emma is the first one eliminated. Don't get it wrong, I love Emma. Emma's one of my favorites. Just this wasn't her season. She let her feelings and past with Chase get the better of her, and I'll hopefully bring it back for a second season. For another season. Alright, the next challenge would just be simply build a simple a sandcastle. Team with the best sandcastle will win. The reject raccoons be able to build a very good one. I just believe that. Next is royalty. I feel like their team is very well built for this. But and then next up is the aliens versus the deer. And here, I believe the aliens will be able to pull out the win, but just barely. And here, I think there's really one obvious person. Here's how I would think. I think Justin and Blandley would come together and agree to form a somewhat alliance. And I think they will bring in Ezekiel with them, just because they think he's very gullible. But I feel like Dom should try to talk to Eva and Dave just to figure out why they are the way they are. I feel like and Trent will probably be hanging around with them. But here, I'm sorry, but Rodney, you're one of my favorite characters, but I just think your little infatuation with the girls would basically turn everybody against you. People think you're a creep. You're a second boot. Sorry, bud. Alright, next challenge will be last person to leave the pool. So here, one of the teams that would be doing the best would be Royalty. They're probably doing the best because each team will get their very own pool. And I just see the majority of them getting along. Alright, and then the team that I think would do best next would probably be the Reject Raccoons. They will probably be decently well in this challenge, just because the majority of them do end up getting along. And to be honest here, between the deer and the aliens, I'm sorry, but the deer are going back to elimination. And here, Justin or Blanley are going to be two of the first ones out of the challenge. And so here, I think Ezekiel goes to Trent and Dave. And sadly here, they vote out Justin. Sadly, but it is what it is. Ezekiel's not a pushover. So I think in a 5-2 vote, with Dave being the other one in the bottom two, Justin is probably out of here. But alright, the next challenge will be an obstacle course. The Rod Royalty will do very well in this challenge. And so will the deer. While none of them are specialty is strength, besides Eva, I don't think that they will fail that badly to come in last. And then next up is aliens versus raccoons. And I'm sorry, but aliens are going to elimination once more. And here, I think Amy would be getting on Leonard, Katie, and Sadie's good side. And she will be able to get those three to sadly go out, scare a girl here just because she doesn't like her. And that. And Amy also makes a promise that if they stick together, they are going to be making the final four. But let's see. Alright, so the next challenge will basically be it will, sorry guys, brain short circuiting. It will be something very simple. It will be basically it will basically whichever team could dig the deepest hole. And here, I'm sorry, but I think the deer would have this with Eva, Trenton, and Ezekiel digging. I think that they would be able to get it pretty deep, with mostly towards Eva, because Eva is incredibly strong. Another team that probably be doing good, we reject raccoons. And the next team that will be saved will be Rob's Royalty once again. Proved to be one of the strongest teams out there. Because between Brick, Michelle, Cody, and B, I just don't see them losing. But here, I think Chase was spreading some lies about Katie and Sadie. Some lies about Leonard, Katie, and Sadie, saying that he's using his wizard powers to get them farther. And Katie and Sadie do get mad at this. And along with Amy, I'll vote him off. Which the vote would be 3-2-1. Chase will vote Sadie. Beardo and Leonard vote Katie. And Amy, Katie, and Sadie would all vote off Leonard. I'm sorry, Leonard. It's just you had a good run. Your fifth boot, that is really good for you. So good job. All right, so the next challenge will be a simple race, and I'm just looking at everybody's weakest team members, and to be honest, the reject raccoons have the slowest person. on their team, and so that team will lose. And I'm sorry here, but Sam, you have been eliminated. Your entire team voted you off. You had a good Sam was mainly playing a good social game, but his physical game was just very bad, which I do feel bad about. And alright, everybody, so the next challenge will be to build a fort, a simple box fort, and then they're gonna have a water balloon fight. So Amy's gonna be talking to Chase, and they agree that their team is the weakest team out there. So they decide to basically sabotage royalty. And once everybody finishes their forts, royalty's fort drops almost immediately, sending them to elimination. And mainly V's design was the one for the best one. B had the best design for his thing. And so here, I think B will be able to think. B, Brick, and Nichelle and Sammy would all be in a little alliance, and Cody would be friends with B. Since B's very smart, and here, I'm sorry, but Anne Maria does get eliminated here. I'm incredibly sad about that, but it does happen. And so, all right, then the next challenge will be basically hide and seek. Last team that's fully found wins. Is up for first team that's found wins will be eliminated. And third team who would do the best would be the aliens, just because Amy being in a somewhat alliance with Chase would be sabotaging the other teams. But overall, I think the deer would go to elimination here. So sorry to say this, but one person here, I'm pretty sure pretty much everybody would be fed up with Eva's temper, so she would be eliminated here. And 32, 31, 30. Alright, so Eva will get 25th spot. And now it's time for a little change up. So the aliens will be getting dissolved, but this time the team will be picked by three different captains. If you understand where I'm going with this is everybody who's left. And so the first person So it would just be a simple race. And the best people for this would be Axel, Michelle, Trent, Brick, Izzy, and that would be it. And Tyler. But I think the top three would be Axel, Michelle, and Brick. Just because I feel like they'll be the fastest three. And so Axel would pick first. And here I think he would just pick Noah as he's one of the smarter boys out there. Brick, I believe Brick would pick Dawn. Just knowing her from a previous season and all that. And then next up, I believe Nichelle would pick Mike. He was the winner of All Stars. And he is really good with his personalities. And next up, Nichelle will be able to pick a girl. And here, I believe Nichelle would just pick Millie. Just be on the safe side, because Millie is a good contestant. And our only weakness is just her overthinking. The next person picking would be Brick. She does pick B, who is overall just incredibly smart. And with them being in the same season, and Brick basically being not just basically no one here has the same genius as Brick, which B says thanks for. Next is Axel, and here for girls, I think Axel just goes ahead and picks Izzy, just because Izzy's a very strong competitor, and I think she would kind of try and go for try to think of the advantages over the disadvantages about Izzy. And then next up, she has to pick a guy, and here she picks Tyler. Brick, I think Brick would pick Beth, just because she's a solid pick and a former finalist. Then next is Nichelle, and here she actually picks Dave, just because she just thinks Dave would be easy to manipulate if it comes down to it. And then Nichelle has picked a girl, and she picked Sadie. And then she gives a nod to Axel. Brick needs to pick a guy, and he picks Cody. From being from the same team, they get along really well. Axel goes ahead and picks Katie, along with Trent. Brick will pick Sammy. And then Nichelle would choose Chase. And then she would be persuaded to get Amy as well. Brick would pick Ezekiel. Axel will pick Ella. And then I feel like here she should just pick Topher over Beardo, just because Topher has gotten farther. Brick has Blaney, and Nichelle has Beardo. And these are the new teams. And no, these teams were not planned. Alright guys, the next challenge will be a free for all. If they are hit, they are out. Rob Royalty is definitely coming in the top. And then, I'm sorry, but just here, I feel like that deer is gonna lose. It's because the Raccoons have Izzy and Axel, which are good in this kind of situations. And here, I just believe that everybody would be on consensus to vote out Blaney, even though Blaney just tried to convince them to vote Ezekiel, just because he is proven to be somewhat untrustworthy. But Dawn actually stands up for him, saying, "Well, Ezekiel wasn't mean and terrible. You two just cost the challenge, and whatnot," which Ezekiel thanks Dawn for. Alright, the next challenge will be a 1v1v1 on polls. And here, I actually think Rob Royalty's going to elimination. And here, give me a second, guys. Sorry, I had me on. I feel like Michelle, Amy, and Chase would all make a little alliance. I'll bring in Sadie under the assumption that they will help her get to merge so she can be on the same team as Katie again. And so I believe the votes be 4-4. 4 votes Millie, 4 votes Sadie. And here they would have to go off in a 1v1, which Sadie unfortunately loses. Rip Sadie. But it is how the cards are played. Oh. How about that, guys? I need you on. Alright, guys, so the next challenge will simply be each team will be going to elimination. So this is a triple elimination. But each team will have to solve a puzzle. Each person has to solve a puzzle. First person to do it on each team will have immunity. First person to solve it on Royalty come down between Millie and Mike, which Millie actually wins. On the deer, B solves it pretty fast. And on the raccoons, Noah will actually win this one. And we're going to start off with the Royalty. And here, sorry, but I just believe that they would just vote off Dave. Shall be able to convince Millie to vote off Dave. And it's because Beardo, Mike, and Millie have all shown to be these good competitors whenever they need to be. And basically, Dave has really done nothing but just freak out about germs. The next team going to elimination will be the Deer. And sadly here, I believe they would vote Ezekiel just for being the weakest member of their team, which he doesn't get mad about it. He's just glad he got decently far this time. And then finally, the next team would be the Reject Raccoons. And here, I just think they would boot Katie because she would be sad about Sadie leaving, and she'll just ask everybody to vote her off. And all that. So let's get into the next challenge. Next challenge will be basically trivia about former contestants, but it also have a physical aspect. So I feel like the team that would do the worst, I'm sorry again, rob the royalty. Which here, I'm sorry, but Beardo, you have been eliminated, man. Which I'm sorry, you did get decently far, but it just wasn't quite enough. Alright, the next challenge will basically be whack-a-mole, and royalty will be able to do that pretty easily. And then I think the Reject Raccoons would mainly be arguing like between Noah, Axel, and Topher just wouldn't be seeing eye to eye in this challenge, and so they would be arguing. But I believe Noah and Izzy would come to terms with Axel and then vote off Topher. Topher here, sadly. And it is time for the next challenge. And basically what it will be one person will win immunity, and then they will be picking from each and every one. And what will happen is basically each person is going to be hanging from a pole, and last person to drop will win immunity, and you have to eliminate one person of their choice. And here, I just think either it will come down to Axel, Izzy, and Nichelle, which I think Nichelle will bring out the win and actually eliminate Millie. And now on to the second phase. Yes, we are not merging yet. We are going to be doing a classic boys versus girls. We have 6 boys, 6 girls. Oh wait, no. 8 boys, 8 girls. Sorry. Just to shake up the teams a little bit. And basically, what we will be doing is the losing team will be sending someone home. And the first one is a callback to season 2 of the reboot. And basically what happens is will be the point one, which I just think the boys will lose. And sadly, here's where Chase falls in 16th place. He did outlast a good bit. And now, finally, alright, so the next challenge will probably be shuffleboard, which I think the boys will win because like they just have better hand-eye coordination overall than the girls, which I believe this will be a messy vote. I'm sorry, but Beth actually gets the short end of the stick here, and she gets eliminated. Alright, this next challenge will be a double elimination. One person from each team's going home. There is no challenge, just a vote. And on the girls, I'm sorry, this is where Amy gets eliminated, because everybody will see how terrible she is to Sammy, and she will be eliminated. And here on the boys, I think they'll just eliminate Mike here for basically being a massive threat if he went any farther. But with Mike accepts and says bye to everyone, and thank for basically giving him a good run in a big season like this. And so we're down to the final 12. And so the next challenge will be a memory one, which I think the boys will win. And here, I think people are going to be targeting the bigger threats. So Izzy, so I feel like everybody would vote off Izzy here, sadly. And the next one will be weights, which the boys will lose. I think Axel will be able to lift more than Noah, Tyler, and Cody. And the rest of the girls will be able to hold their own against the rest of them. And I feel like here, sorry to say, but the boys do vote out Tyler. It's because they just had votes, like, they're all pretty much close-knit, but it had to happen. Alright. The next one, let's see. The next challenge will be basically a wipeout challenge. Team to get the fastest time throw it wins. And I think the girls would win this challenge. And sadly here, the boys do eliminate B. 10th place. That is good for you, B. 10th out of they're at 32. I think B's weight would just cause his team the loss, which they do unfortunately get rid of them. And so here, I think that we're going to basically have a race to the merge, and the last person to arrive at the finish line will be eliminated. Now I'm sorry to say this, but Ella, I feel like she would be the last person to show up, which means we have the merge. Which is Cody, Nisha, Dawn, Axel, Brick, Noah, Trent, and Sammy. And so, I just believe the next challenge, which we're going to be going to the winter theme stuff, it would be first person to get their tongue off of a pole would win immunity, which Axel would do. And I feel like the boys would probably try and figure something out. But I think Nichelle will be able to get Cody to flip. And sadly, Trent will be eliminated here. Yeah, I think the girl would view him. Well, a good bit of people would view him as a social threat, if anything else. But now it is time for the next challenge. It will be building the biggest snowman, which I think will come down to Nichelle and Axel, but I think Axel will win this again. And I feel like here it will be able to get Axel and Dawn on their side. And sadly eliminate Nichelle here. Just for being one of the best competitors in the game at this point. Almost winning 2 immunities, but losing to Axel. Alright, but next challenge will be boys versus girls in a dodgeball challenge, which the girls win thanks to Axel again. Which the girls will choose who to eliminate from the boys, and here they choose to eliminate Noah because having good relationships with both Brick and Cody. With Noah, butting heads with Axel on occasion. But we are down to the final 5: Axel, Dawn, Sammy, Brick, and Cody. And now it is time. This next challenge will be decided by all the previous contestants who gets eliminated here. And I believe that a lot of people would vote out Dawn just for thinking that she didn't deserve and getting how far as she did. And all that. And then it is revealed. Here is a twist. Amy has been acting like Sammy this entire time. Basically, using makeup to cover her mole. And basically trying to just pretending to be her twin. In reality, what Amy sabotaged Sammy and sent her home instead of herself. Which a lot of people would be confused. And so the next challenge happens. They just it would be lastly the hot tub challenge, and it would be down to Brick and Amy, with Brick being able to pull in the win. Sadly eliminate Amy here. But we are down to the final 3: Axel, Brick, and Cody. Gen 4, Gen 2 versus Gen 1. And so they basically have to do all the challenges from the season. And I feel like the person who would come in third place would be Cody. Just because you wouldn't, don't get me wrong, Cody is a good competitor. But I don't think he'll be able to. I think he'll just fall behind with Axel and Brick. And here, between Axel and Brick, I just believe that Brick would beat Axel, and then just share the money with her. for being he was shared with basically divided up 32 different ways. Just give everybody some. I'm gonna give Amy share to Sammy for him saying sorry about how he was fooled. But I just believe Brick would be one of the most deserving winners. But I will see you all in my next video. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. See y'all later.